Greetings, I'm Professor K, and in this short video presentation, we're going to see how we can go about speeding up the performance of our Kali Linux installation. Now, before we get into the lab itself, it's always a good thing to go ahead and make sure we got the latest and the greatest from the distros. So let's go ahead and do an update, an upgrade, and a distribution upgrade all at the same time by running this command that you're seeing on your screen. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. In just a moment, it's going to start to do the update processing. I've got a few things that need to be updated, about 759 megabytes of archives that need to be downloaded. And I'm going to go ahead and type in a Y for yes and hit enter. And just as soon as this gets done, we'll return to the lab. Kali has completed its update and we're now ready to move on. I'm going to go ahead and clear the screen. The first thing we can do to help speed up our install of Kali is to remove the unneeded app sources. We need to do this from time to time. To do this, I'm going to use the app-get auto clean command. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and there you go. So all these unused sources, these app sources here, were removed because they're no longer needed. That helps to clean up my unused disk space. The next thing we're going to do to help speed up our installation of Kali is to download an all-in-one utility called Stacer. Stacer is going to allow us to do a lot of things using a nice friendly GUI, and this is a very good utility for helping to optimize our installation of Kali, especially in the VM. So you should be able to copy and paste the URL for this download from GitHub up inside of your browser inside of Kali so that you can begin the download. So once you've got that going on and you've gotten to the page, you're going to scroll on down until you come to the deb package. Just go ahead and download that real quick, and we're just going to go ahead and save that file like so. Once Stacer has been downloaded, you can just go over to your download container. You're going to click on the folder icon over here on the right. Go ahead and open that up. You're now going to take the package that you downloaded for Stacer and you're just going to drop it on over here to the desktop, just like that. Drag and drop. You can close out the downloads folder. You can close out your browser, and let's open up a terminal. You can see that we have the Stacer package on our desktop, and using our terminal we're going to change directory on over to the desktop so that we can access it through the command line. So from my command prompt or from the terminal, I've typed in cd change directory space where I want to change directory to, that is the desktop. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. Notice that my prompt changes to let me know that I am now inside of the desktop directory. Go ahead and type in ls to list the contents of the directory for desktop. And notice that it does show the Stacer package as being present, and it is currently showing a red font. So the next thing we have to do is to give the package administrative access so that we can install it correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy the name of this package. I'm then going to go to my command prompt here. I'm going to type in chmod +x, just like that. Then I'm going to just right click and paste the name of the package. And you notice that it comes back to the prompt letting us know that the command completed successfully. Now we do another ls, and you'll notice that the package now has a green font showing us that it is an executable. We're now ready to install the package, and I've done that using the dpkg command space -i followed by the name of the package. Again, I just copied and pasted the name of the package to the end of the command. Now the command has completed successfully and the package is now installed. The next command we're going to run is the app-get space -f space install command. Now this is going to allow us to fix any broken dependencies that the Stacer application is going to need to be able to run. So I'm going to go ahead and launch this. Let's go ahead and just hit enter, and you see it comes back letting me know that everything completed successfully. So we have Stacer installed. We're ready to move on with launching it. To launch Stacer, all we have to do is just go to the terminal and just type in Stacer. Hit enter, and there it is. We'll start off with just looking at our GUI interface here, looking at the three charts that we have running up on top, which is the CPU, the memory, and the disk. So everything is going to be presented in percentages. So you see currently I'm using roughly about 14% of my CPU, and it just goes up and down. It varies. Memory, I have roughly 2 gigabytes of RAM assigned to this VM, and then of course the disk space that I currently have available. I currently have 13.3 gigabytes of space utilized on my total disk of 76.3 gigabytes. Over here on the left, you have all your system information gathered for you. You have your platform, you have your distribution, your kernel release, your CPU model, a number of cores you have in your CPU, and of course how the CPU is currently rated. And the last item we want to talk about is this download and upload monitor that you have. So that's a pretty cool thing to have also. You can actually see what's going on if you're doing a lot of uploading and a lot of downloading. So we're now ready to move on over to the left hand side menu, and we're going to begin with this rocket icon. And if you put your mouse over it, it'll tell you that it is to manage your startup apps. Now if I click on this, it's going to take me over to this screen here, and this is how I can manage applications that I want to start up at boot when I launch my Kali installation. So let's say that I want to use Plank, which is a really enhanced docking utility, and I'll show it to you real quick. First off, I'm going to go ahead and launch a new window over here. To get Plank, you're going to have to use the app-get install Plank command. It's not installed by default, but it installs real quick. It's not a problem. And then once you install it and you want to run it, all you have to do is type in the command Plank, and that launches it. So I'll go ahead and hit enter. You'll see what it looks like down here at the bottom of my screen. And so here's Plank down here at the bottom. So you can see it's just another docking utility similar to the one that we have normally over here on the left hand side of our Kali desktop when we log in, but that's just another one, okay, that we can get. Now if I would like to have Plank launch for me when I launch Kali and I get to the desktop, I can just go in here and I can configure Plank to start up when I boot the system. Name of this application is Plank. I'm going to go ahead and type that in, and then we have the app comment, which is just startup, and we can type in Plank if we so desire, and then the command to launch Plank is Plank. Now I can go ahead and save that. Now you may or you may not want to have Plank start up because it may be utilizing too many resources. It's up to you. If you don't want the application to launch at startup, you can go ahead and just turn it off right there. That's how easy that is. Now, moving on down the list of icons we have, we come to the broom, and of course this is the system cleaner. And you can go in here and you can start checking things that you want to clean out. Application logs, crash reports, application caches, trash. You can look at all that. And then of course you have the option to select all down here if that's what you want to select, just like that. You can then launch, and now you have to expand all these. Now to tell it that this is what you want to delete in each one of those categories, you have to go over here to the package and you have to click on it where it says package. You just can't click on that icon for the checkbox. So you're going to do that for each one of those. Then go down to the bottom and you can hit the clean button, and you'll see that it automatically starts cleaning. And of course you can go into your crash reports, which I have none, and I have application logs. So let's go ahead and expand that real quick. Again, click on the title of the application that you want to clean out, and that's going to check everything for you. Go ahead and click on the broom, and it's automatically going to start cleaning for you. Now this next icon that we see here, the two gears, that's for your services or your daemons. So you can go in here and save yourself a whole lot of time and a whole lot of grief by using Stacer to have these services either run or not run at startup. So if you would like Apache, for instance, to run at startup, well, you go in here and you start checking or pushing these items on over, and like so, and these items are going to start up for you at startup. And of course, if you have some items that you don't want to run at startup, you launch this and you can get in here and you can control this. This is going to control every daemon, every system service that you have running on your Kali, and give you immediate access to it, so you don't have to go to the terminal and start or stop the service. You can actually go inside here, Stacer, and go inside of the services, and you can do it using a nice friendly GUI. Moving down the list, we come to our process manager. Alright, so in here you can see all the processes, how much memory they're taking. You can control them in here. You can do what you need to with them here. But here you can see exactly what processes are running and what they're doing and where they're located. So this is very convenient, much better than a regular task manager. Moving on down the list, we come to another great utility, the Uninstaller. Now, this is going to show you all the packages that are currently installed in your Kali, and here you can go in and you can actually have them uninstalled. Very useful, very useful. Just go ahead and just check the box that you want to uninstall and then uninstall the selected and you're golden. Our next icon is going to bring up the resource monitor. So in here you can see exactly what's going on with your resources. You get a lot of good information in here. Pretty techy. So if you're into this stuff, this is a pretty good resource monitor to give you an idea exactly what resources are being utilized upon your Kali installation. Our next icon shows us the site information that we're using to access and pull down updates for our Kali installation. This is our app repository that we're currently using to pull down repositories for our Kali installation. This last icon here, this is for your languages, your theme, your disk, and your start page. For instance, if you don't like to use English and your national language is something else, then by all means you can switch it right here. And you also have the option here to auto start Stacer if that's something you're interested in doing. As far as the theme goes, you can go ahead and play with this. This is the default theme for Stacer. So you got a light background, you got the default, which is the dark background. It also shows you which disk you're using. You can also do some memory presets. You can also do some disk percentage and some CPU percentages, settings that you can play with in here. But that's pretty much it for this short video presentation. So if you have any questions or you have any concerns about what we covered in this short video, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact your instructor, and I'll see you in my next video.